Hello students, welcome back. So in the last class we have discussed about TCP/IP protocol suite, that is considering with the reference of OSI model. So now as you are seeing on the screen, there is a TCP/IP protocol suite with reference to the OSI model. So here we have 4 layers, but TCP/IP consists of 5 layers. We combine data link layer and physical layer into one, so that there also some protocols are needed. And the next is network layer. There we have IP, internet protocol. And as you can see in the network layer, that is network or internet, here some of the protocols are visible, that is ICMP, IGMP, RARP, ARP. What are these and what are these protocols and what are the works of these protocols, that we have to discuss for today's class. And also transport layer has some protocols like UDP, TCP, SCTP, and most protocols are there in the application layer, which is combination of session layer, presentation layer and the application layer. There you have SMTP, FTP, HTTP, DNS, SNMP, Telnet. As I have explained, simple mail transfer protocol, file transfer protocol, hypertext transfer protocol, domain name service, and like that. So what are the works of some main protocols we have to discuss for today's class. Okay, so let me take the example to explain, that is IP. Okay, IP is the internet protocol that you have already seen in the network layer, correct? Here it is, right? So now IP means inter-networking protocol, or you can call it as internet protocol also. Okay, the inter-networking protocol IP is the transmission mechanism used by TCP bar IP protocols. Okay, fine. And this IP provides no error checking or tracking, means if the data packet is sending to the next higher layer, it will send, but it will not track whether the data is received or not, and it will not check whether the error is occurred or not, but it will send for sure. That is the work of internet networking protocol. And IP assumes the unreliability of the underlying layers and does its best to get transmission through its destination. It means most of the cases it will surely deliver the data packet to its higher level. Okay, but it will not guarantee. That is also a disadvantage of the IP. But the working of the IP you have to understand, and you will get to understand more about protocols in the next later chapters. Fine. So IP transport data in packets called a datagram. This you have to remember. Getting my point? IP means this protocol transports data packets. The transported data packet laterally called as datagrams. Okay, each of which is transported separately, means all datagrams which are converted now, those will transport separately, and datagrams can travel along different routes. There are particular routes are there to travel the datagrams. So through those different routes, these datagram will travel. It means to the internet or to the higher level. IP does not keep track of the routes and has no facility for recording datagrams once they arrive at their destination. If they arrive to the destination, it will not track back whether what is the address of that, okay, from which route the data is coming from, that it will not take care. Okay, the limited functionality of IP should not be considered a weakness. However, IP provides bare bones transmission functions that free the user to add only those facilities necessary for a given application, and thereby allows for maximum efficiency. Because of the facility, it will not tracking any it will not track, and it will also not take care of the route. So it will only consider that it has to send the data, that is its work. Okay, so more about IP is there in the next chapters, but I have to just introduce what is IP means. So I have introduced, that is internet protocol, which is used for delivering the data packets in the form of datagrams to the higher level layers. Okay, that is working of the IP, which is comes in the network layer. You can see IP is there in the network layer. Fine. Okay, the next important protocol is address resolution protocol. You can see in the TCP/IP protocol suite, here it is ARP, in the corner it is, you are seeing now. This is known as address resolution protocol. Okay, The address resolution protocol is used to associate logical address with a physical address. This is very important point and it is a major responsibility of the ARP. ARP is nothing but address resolution protocol. So what it does is it will associate a logical address with a physical address. And you may ask the question that, sir, what is logical address? Logical address, you will understand what is logical address and what is physical address in the next video, because for your syllabus addressing itself is a topic. So I will explain what is logical address and what is physical address and what are the difference between logical and physical. Other than this logical address and physical address, there are two more addresses are there, like port address and specific address. We will discuss those things in the later class. Fine. So what it does is address resolution protocol associates the logical address and the physical address. You have to remember this point, and this is the only important point in this address resolution protocol. Okay. On a typical physical network such as LAN, each device on a link is defined by a physical or a station address, usually imported on the network. So this is misprinted, don't worry about this. On the network interface card, NIC we call it as a network interface card. It means which has the physical address. Okay. So NIC is because to make a physical address. ARP is used for find the physical address. We are using ARP because to find the physical address of the node when its internet is known. You must, without an internet, ARP cannot find the physical address of the any device or any node you can call. Okay. So we are using ARP to associate physical address with the logical address, and physical address can be identified with the help of network interface card. Every device must has. If you are using any computer, it will having the NIC. You can call it as a MAC address also. Fine. Next one is reverse address resolution protocol, RARP you can call. Here it is there, RARP, correct? Reverse address resolution protocol. The reverse address resolution protocol allows host to discover its internet address, IP address you can call. Means reverse address protocol mainly used to identify the internet address when it knows only its physical address. Means we already know, or the system already know there is a physical address. By knowing the physical address, it can identify the internet address. That is the working of reverse address resolution protocol. It is used when a computer is connected to a network for the first time, or when diskless means discontinuity computer is booted. It means that when the computer is already connected to the network, then only it will identify the internet address. If the computer is not connected to the network, then it will not identify any IP address, and it will identify when computer is connected and you are already disconnected for some time. For the first time, if you switch on the computer again, okay, again also it will identify the internet address and associates. If the computer is in working state, it will not identify, because at the first time only it will identify and it will associate. Okay, that is all about reverse address resolution protocol. And the next protocol is refers to ICMP we call. ICMP is referring, or abbreviation form of the ICMP is Internet Control Message Protocol. Okay, I will highlight that part as you can see. So Internet Control Message Protocol is the protocol which we short form we call it as ICMP. The Internet Control Message Protocol is a mechanism used by a host and the gateways to send a notification of a datagram problems back to the sender. It means, as you have seen in the network layer, we have the protocols, okay, IP address, data packets is converted into datagrams, and those datagrams are sent in a different routes that I have explained. But if any problem is there in the datagram, or any datagram is not properly sending, so Internet Control Message Protocol, what it does is it will send back that same datagram to the sender again and notifies that there is a problem in your datagram. Datagram in the sense that is a message, okay, the message, before the message there is a data packet is converted into datagram. Okay, so ICMP sends query and error reporting messages. This is a work of the ICMP. What ICMP does? It sends query and error reporting messages. Fine. Fine. Then what we are dealing right now, this is all about network layer. Getting my point? Network layer of the TCP/IP protocol suite. These are the protocols we are discussing now. Correct? Fine. Now internet group message protocol. This is also important. It means the internet group message protocol is used to facilitate the simultaneous transmission of a message to group of recipients. Means if more than 2 or more than 10, more than 20, more than 100 recipients in the sense receivers are there, we have to make group of that message and we have to send simultaneously to all the people. That is work done by the protocol is known as IGMP, called Internet Group Message Protocol. Fine. Let us discuss protocols about transport layer. Okay, these are some protocols we are seeing now: SCTP, TCP, UDP, and many more. So what are these that we have to discuss now? Traditionally, the transport layer was represented in a TCP/IP by two protocols, that is TCP and UDP. Here it is the TCP and UDP. Usually, we will represent transport layer with the help of two protocols, that is TCP and UDP. TCP refers to transmission control protocol. UDP refers to user datagram protocol. Okay, fine. So IP is a host to host protocol, meaning that it can deliver a packet from one physical device to another physical device. IP, what IP does? IP will transfer data packet from one physical device to other. And UDP and TCP are transport level protocols responsible for delivery of a message from process to another process. Here process refers to running program, and you are already aware of process in the operating system. Okay, so any application is running in the computer. Currently you consider any software you have opened into your computer, and you have opened another software in the same computer, but both can communicate with each other. That is done with the help of UDP and TCP. That is my point to tell you. Okay, a new transport layer protocol is introduced, that is known as SCTP. Okay, here you can see that SCTP also, it is there in the diagram here, SCTP. Okay, okay, here one more protocol is introduced, that is SCTP, that refers to stream control transmission protocol. Okay, so we are not interested that much to discuss about SCTP right here, but I will introduce a little bit. That is, it has been devised to meet the needs of some newer applications. So now some new applications have introduced. For that purpose a new protocol is introduced, that is stream control transmission protocol. So we have to discuss a bit about user datagram protocol. The user datagram protocol is the simpler of the two standard TCP/IP protocols. It is a process to process protocol that adds only port address. What UDP does? It will add port address, and I am telling that port address, you can understand what is port address in the next lecture, because for addressing itself one concept is there. There are two addresses will come: logical address, physical address, port address, and specific address. We will discuss in the next class. Okay, so you just remember that UDP is a process to process protocol that adds only port addresses. It will add port addresses. So checksum, error control, and length information to the data from the upper layer. These are the working of the UDP. Checksum refers to, in the last video I explained that we will put some points. Okay, say for example, if you are reading 100 pages, or if you are turning 100 pages, for every 10 page I will mark 10, 20, 30, 40 like that. That we call it a checksum. The same way here checksum refers to, in the computer networking, datagrams are properly received or not. For that particular datagrams we will point it out. So this is the working of the UDP. It is responsible for checksum, error control, length information to the data from the upper layer. Okay, so UDP can be discussed later. So now TCP, transmission control protocol. Okay, here it is there, TCP, that is refers to transport layer of the TCP/IP protocol suite. Okay, the transmission control protocol provides full transport layer services to the applications. Means if any application is using into the network, so it will provide that full transport or transmission of the data can be provided with the TCP protocol. TCP is reliable stream transport protocol. The term stream in this context means connection oriented. You just remember this point. Here stream refers to connection oriented. There are two types of connections are there. One is connectionless and connection oriented. UDP refers to connectionless and TCP refers to connection oriented. Remember this point. A connection must be established between both ends of the transmission before it can transmit the data. Before sending any data to the other side, it has to be connected before, then only it can send the data. But UDP will not check whether the connection is done or not. Without knowing the connection, without knowing the information about the connection, data can be sent in the UDP. But TCP will check the transmission before whether the two ends are connected or not. Okay. At the sending end of the each transmission, TCP provides a stream data into smaller units called segments. Okay. At the sending end, where the sender is there, that side, for each transmission, TCP divides that stream means connection oriented, into segments. Then segments can be sent to the receiver. So each segment includes a sequence number of reordering after recipient together with the acknowledgement number for the segment received. Here acknowledgement in the sense, once the segment is sent to the receiver, if the receiver received that segment and he will send back this segment I have received, order of the segment also he will receive and he will make reordering of the segments later. Fine. Segments are carried across the internet inside the IP datagram. Okay, these segments will be carried by the IP that you have discussed in the before network layer only you have discussed about. So now at the receiving end, TCP collects the datagram. This is the final. At the receiver end, TCP collects the each datagram as it comes in the and reorders the transmission. Say for example, I have 10 segments, okay, but I have made a number for the segments 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 10. But if I send the data, 9th segment is received first and 10th received later. But what they will do, they will reorder those segments into the proper order. That is the working of the TCP. Okay, SCTP, as I told, this is introduced for newly generated applications or newly coming application. The stream control transmission protocol provides support for newer applications such as voice over the internet. Now we are sending voice data on the internet, right? So that is done by the SCTP. It is transport layer protocol. Obviously, it is a transport layer protocol. Fine. That combines the best features of a UDP and TCP. SCTP is made up of combination of TCP and UDP for new application. So in the application layer protocol, many protocols will come, okay, and it is equivalent to combined session presentation in the application layer. The OSI model, many protocols are defined at this layer. So I don't want to discuss much about the protocols of application layer. This much is for the reverse syllabus. Fine. This is all about the protocols. In the next chapter we will discuss about addressing. Okay, as I explained, these 4 addresses we have to discuss. So for your today's question for you is that you have to write and explain different protocols for different layers. You have to explain the protocols for network layer, transport layer, okay, and application layer. That is your assignment question for today. I will not write that. Once again I will repeat. You have to explain about different protocols: RA, RP, ARP, IP, ICMP, IGMP, SCTP, TCP, UDP. That is your work for today. Fine. Thank you.